Peace, love, and life, family. I am feeling inspired and encouraged to come to you all and talk to y'all and briefly update you all about what's been going on with me. I know I haven't posted a video in about a month. As you can see from my skin, it's worse over here, but this here, if you also look at the video, I was just watching this video, which also inspired me to create this video. The video where I was like stuck in this cycle again or something like that. Something along the lines. I'll link it below. My face looks the exact same way, and I'm actually going through those same motions now that I was during that video, except like I feel like it's a little bit worse because I've just been pigging out. Like, y'all, I've been showing my ass. Like, I'm actually like low-key embarrassed to tell you like what I've been eating. And I know I'm coming to y'all like so calm and like almost it sounds like maybe I'm excited at the fact, but like I'm just like in disbelief as to how much like I've eaten just over in the past like week. But also like I had a binge. I don't even know what to call it, because I can't call it a binge eat, but I had another episode last week as well where I went on this vicious cycle of just eating. I feel out of control. I feel, out of touch with myself, like in so many different ways. But at the same time, like I also have the desire to get myself, like put myself back together again. And yeah, I'm just here to update you guys on what's been going on. I see the scale creeping back up. So I don't even know when it all began, but I've introduced cooked food back into my life. And at first I was kind of pacing myself where I would, indulge in it and then kind of get back on the straight and narrow for like a day or two and then fall off again and, but really be striving. But in the last couple of days, I haven't tried to even, consider eating anything healthy. And I don't want people to get the misconception that, like, when I speak, I don't want people to get the misconception that, like, I'm against natural foods or the way it tastes, because I always be like, cooked, processed, unhealthy foods, have, I guess a taste that I crave. But what we have to realize is, I just turned 27 in October. And the choices of food that I tend to go back to are comfort for me, because that's all I know. So when I'm striving to transition myself into another lifestyle where it's requiring my taste buds to change and it's requiring my mental to change, there are certain obstacles that I may go through that will kind of like make me seem ignorant, because during the process you may hear me complaining about like me not being as joyous to eat some of the live foods as I would be if I sat down and ate like a vegan burger. You know what I mean? So that's taking some adjusting to get through, and I feel like that's a part of my addiction talking. Addicted to the substances that are not good for us, and that is the whole point of them. They're unhealthy for you, and they have you dependent on them because it is a moneymaker. So I have to be mindful to watch my mindset during this time back into transitioning and getting back in alignment and focusing how I was. I have to watch my thoughts to not look at it from, my negative addiction standpoint, and not look at it from my lower self state, because I've been delving like in my lower state, y'all. Like, it's been bad. Let me tell you. Okay, so since I'm so transparent and honest, we gonna keep it real. And I don't know, this might make this video like really, really long, but it is what it is. I've had like 7 Impossible Whoppers. One was actually a double over a course of 3 days, just because I had the money, just because I know that was something that I can go to and get, and I knew it was good and it was going to be worth it. And I know some people might be like, okay, well, that's not even real meat. Okay, I mean, that's not even, vegan meat, or it's just as bad for you, or, you trust these, fast food establishments, this is that, and third. I'm into it that deep, but at the same time, my state right now is just focused on trying to get something good. Again, I know, what I know. I'm a work in progress. Judge me if you want to. I don't really care. It is what it is because I already done did it. And I enjoyed them. They're like the best. Beyond, well, that's not Beyond Meat, but Beyond Meat is another brand that's like really, really good. But all of this stuff is for a different video. But yes, I've eaten 7 over the course of 3 days. And this goes into like other topics on my videos where I've given y'all insight on my eating habits and my behaviors and things like that. Like I always say, I was the fat kid. So this is my natural eating habit, how I grew up eating. I grew up stuffing my face, being able to go get things because I had no control of my mind, or I had no reign on my willpower, like very weak. So if I thought, okay, I want corn dogs and french fries, I would go and get corn dogs and french fries, as many as my taste, like as many as I had a taste for. You know what I mean? And at times when it gets really, really, really bad and I just have no desire or like any motivation, or like I've kind of lost sight, or like I'm just like at an imbalance, I will revert back to those very ways in which I've strived so hard to come up out of. And, I'll just be, all up in my lower, state. And, so yeah, that's a little bit of background about, why the 7 Whoppers and, the 2 jugs of juice and, the 2 boxes of fruit bars, not in a day, but not in a day, but like over the course of like, 3-4 day period. And then I have this thing also, like when I buy food that I have a taste for, like for instance, if I want like vegan chicken buffalo nuggets and I want like these vegan microwavable meals or something like that, like I'll bring everything home and I feel the need to like eat all of it in like a day's time, because like I'll convince myself, okay, I'm gonna start over tomorrow, but then tomorrow like I'll get tempted or like duped again. And I know this, it just sounds like deja vu watching my other videos, seeing the things that I've gone through in previous times and like revisiting this very same spot again. And it's like, here I am, like you failed once again. But again, like I always say, it's not necessarily failing, because all of my striving efforts are going to be those very things that are like catalysts that will get me back in alignment, because I'm standing within my truth. And I'm noticing, very up close in person. It's like every time I go through this like up and then this really like low down, it's like I tend to pull out more awareness each and every time, which is almost like it feels as if I'm being weakened and broken down. But at the same time, that in itself, that challenge and that, very rewarding benefits that come from being disciplined and things like that, it's very exciting and motivating to me. So, that's why I won't ever give up. Because I know I am meant to be in alignment with the things that I'm in alignment with, meaning mind, body, and soul. I know that the teachings and the, information that I've come in contact with, like I know that this is the path in which I'm supposed to be on. And it's like, I just need to do my part. And because it's like reincarnation. Like you're going to keep going through the same things unless you learn the lesson. And I know the things that I indulge in is bad for me. I know it causes me like horrible acne. Like my skin is totally different when I'm eating really well. Like you can tell when I'm eating bad. If I'm looking like this, if you see me, whether I say it or not, just know I've been eating horribly. I've been eating really bad. But yeah, it makes me feel bad. It makes me gain weight. It makes me feel lethargic. It makes me feel irritable. It makes me feel addicted. It makes me feel like I have no self-control. And I know, again, some people may haven't thought, because, I don't know why I feel the need to think or say I think what other people think. I don't know, y'all, but food addiction is real. So I'm not just sitting here making up excuses for myself, just being like, oh yeah, I don't have no self-control. I do have self-control because I fasted 7 days off of water. You know what I mean? And was sitting around food, smelling food, having to fix my child food. You know what I mean? So I've gone through, being very, 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 very disciplined. And I've gone through, being very, very, very out of control. And that's why I keep referencing my lower state, because when I'm in my higher, element, and I'm eating more properly, I'm more focused. I'm less irritable. I have more regular bowel movements. I have little to no vaginal scent. And what's crazy is my vaginal scent is profound now. And I'm not even eating dairy or seafood like I was, because I thought it was just the dairy and seafood. But the amounts of sugar and starch and additives and all those types of things, it just does not mix with my body whatsoever. As you can clearly see, and in Kemetic Diet, it also mentioned about yukeru. This is a version of it. It's just in the form of acne. So that in itself is just like, Dana, like, stop taking your body for granted. Like, I just know I have things as mindset that I need to work on. And Kemetic Diet, still there, still in it. So many things come to mind when I think about Kemetic Diet. It's now getting into, I'm on chapter 4. So this can be a Kemetic Diet update video. I'm on chapter 4. I will try to face the camera so y'all can see. Actually, I'm on chapter 4, where it is getting into Smatawi, which is Kemetic yoga. And I just came off of a little bit of information about meditation, and I've been meditating in the risings, like when I get up, for the minimum of 10 minutes a day, just because I want to start off my practice is very small. That's another change I'm also making now moving forward, is the things that I want to implement in my life, to implement them in small increments, just to get a base, like, start, just so I'm not overwhelmed. Because if I try to go into meditating 30-40 minutes a day, that's just, it's not realistic for me. So it's going to feel like more of a chore than, beginning it is going to feel more like a chore than something that, like, I'm looking forward to. So that's why, like, I've, chosen, because even though Muada Ashby recommends like 20 minutes minimum, 20 minutes minimum, I'm doing 10. And I do it before, like right when I get up, so I can start my day. But it talks about how the practice of meditation helps you to control your mind. And it makes sense, because during meditation, you have to practice focusing and concentrating. And so when I'm sitting there, I might, ignore an itch, or I might, try to, like, quiet my thoughts and things like that. So I can see the concept of how it helps you to work on control. So along with Kemetic Diet, it tells you that meditation will also help you, with controlling of your willpower. Because if you're controlling your mind, this universe is all mental. And that's actually an Egyptian proverb, where it's like, the all, hold on, matter of fact, I got the page. It says, the all is mind, the universe is mental. So that's an Egyptian proverb. And I understand what that means more profoundly. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. Because, like, I think about it now, like, I might be fine right now, but I'll sit here and maybe think about a food, substance that I want, and I might be like, ooh, just that thought triggers everything, and it just triggers me to just be weak and go give in. And it's like, if I had more control of my mind and knew how to be able to turn that off and to channel it into something else, so that I don't go make these bad, mistakes, or, not bad mistakes, but these, not so, like, beneficial, things. If I go indulge in those things, if I knew how to turn that off, then I wouldn't always, like, dupe myself into doing something that, I know it's not gonna benefit me. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna end this one there, because it can get real deep. But I just want to kind of update you guys, because, like I said, I haven't posted a video in about a month. And yeah, I'm just striving to get my life together. But in the meantime, I want to mention I am starting a program called T25 by Shanti, because y'all know I told y'all my Kemetic Diet video that I had did Insanity Max 30, which is another Shanti video, and that I was going to start on Insanity. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he has another program called T25. It's 25 minutes a day, and I'm starting that back. And for some reason, when it starts getting cold, I go into like this really like I feel like the most inspired. Well, I do like deep inner work. So, cause I have inspiration in the summer, in the heat uh, seasons too, because I love when it's hot. But like during the cold time, like I don't know, I just do some really deep inner work where like I'm just like super focused. Like any type of any type of unalignment or you know, chaos like I was going through, it's like everything starts sorting itself out, and I'm just like almost, you know, not forced. I don't want to say forced, because forced sounds like I don't want to do it. That's not the word I want to use. But it's almost like I have no choice but to let go of the things that no longer serve me purpose. You know what I mean? Because like deep down I really like desire it, but I don't know, maybe I was getting in my own way, and now the universe is just like, okay, well, let me get you right so that you have no choice but to do what it is you need to do. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, you know. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Hopefully you resonated with something I said. You know, send me love, positivity, upliftment, you know, encouragement, inspiration, something. Send your girl something, you know, to you know, help me get through this very trying time. I sit here all smiles and, you know, all positive and stuff like that, but it does really, you know, mess with me mentally. I get frustrated about it, where like it brings tears in my eyes, because I just be like, you know, I really do want to get away from this back and forth tug of war, like, you know, addiction. You know, I want to get to the root of why it is I have these addictive behaviors, you know, as far as like when it comes to food. I mean, it's just so much, you know, y'all. But yeah, hopefully something I said resonated with you all. Hopefully this update gave you some insight on where I stand. So yeah, I will be making another video soon. I'm not sure on whatever my spirit, you know, leads me to. That's what it'll be on. But, you know, until then, peace, love, and light, family, and I will see y'all, talk to y'all, interact with y'all in another video. So peace.